There is a side hustle that anyone can start who wants to make a few $1,000s extra every single month in real passive income by jumping onto a brand new trend that is absolutely exploding. Now, online businesses who are earning over $50,000 are already cashing in on this trend. Let's get straight into it. Step 1, you want to head over to ChatGPT and you simply want to ask it this question. What are some unsaturated but trending niches right now that people are spending money on, which I can build an online side hustle around? I'll simply hit enter and it will give me this answer, which contains some unsaturated but trending niches that people are actively spending money on. Let's use the first niche as an example. So here we have the digital detox niche. This niche is trending because people want to spend less time on their phones and computers to sort of detox from that digital world. You've got people buying these metal timed phone lock boxes where they can literally put their phones into these boxes and lock them away for the day so they can spend the majority of their day on what actually matters, which is doing work or simply to detox from that digital world. In fact, I actually have one of those lock boxes myself, guys. It's doing exactly what it needs to at the moment. Drop a comment down below if that's also an issue that you face when it comes to trying to reduce your screen time. And people are buying these in the thousands, as you can see by the number of reviews over here on Amazon. Now, one way that we can make money in this niche is to get an affiliate link for these products, as you can see right here. So we can earn a cut of that purchase price every time somebody purchases that product via our link. And you've also got the unstoppable rise of digital detox retreats where people are spending money on vacations and events to swap screen time for real time. But to make the most amount of money possible with this strategy, I want to show you guys how you can set up your own brand in literally a couple of minutes from now as a viable, realistic stream of passive income. And we're going to be doing that by taking ChatGPT's advice. If you look at side hustle ideas, as you can see, the first idea, it says slogan-based merch and printable planners, which is exactly what those online stores that I showed you earlier are doing. They're selling these digital detox workbooks and planners, and they're also selling this digital detox themed online merch. And we can do exactly the same by creating incredible designs just like these in literally around 1 minute using an AI-driven tool like Kittle. And by heading over to a tool like Printify, you can select from any one of their white label products, such as this one over here, for example, which you can then upload your design onto. And once you're happy with your design, you can then publish it onto your own online store. And whenever somebody purchases our product, Printify will then ship that product out to the customer on our behalf, and they only take a cut in production and shipping costs once we actually make a sale, meaning we can start this completely for free. All we need to focus on is to create highly engaging Pinterest pins just like this to maximize the sales that we get by placing those pins in front of the thousands of online shoppers who are searching specifically for the type of products that we're promoting in this highly trending niche. And we can set this up just once to generate a viable passive income stream right now. Here's how. You first want to get signed up to Printify. I've got a link in the description of this video. Once you click onto that link, you just want to click onto where it says get started for free to create your free Printify account. So once you're signed up and you are logged into Printify, you'll be taken to the Printify dashboard, and you simply want to click onto where it says catalog over here, then go over to where it says catalog home. And as you can see, there is a huge selection of these different white label products that we can choose from that Printify can start printing our designs onto. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm simply going to click onto where it says unisex heavy cotton tee over here, and all you want to do is click onto where it says start designing, and here is where we can literally upload our design onto this t-shirt, which we're going to be creating using an incredible AI-driven graphic design platform that I talk about a lot on this channel, which is Kittle. Again, I've got a link in the description of this video to get signed up to Kittle. You simply want to click onto where it says try Kittle for free to create your free Kittle account. So once you're logged into Kittle, you want to click onto the top right where it says new project, and you'll then be taken into the design canvas, and you'll see what's known as an artboard. And here is where we're going to create our design in literally around 1 to 2 minutes from now. And you want to replicate what's working, right? So for example, here is a design that I showed you earlier that an online store that is making over $30,000 is selling. And here you can see what they're doing is they've got this sort of pun-based text at the top and the bottom here, disconnect to reconnect, energy starts with you. And they have a sort of funny, cartoonish looking character pulling out a plug out of the plug socket, right? So we want to do similar, and we don't need to think of these design ideas ourselves, guys. What we're going to do is head straight back over to ChatGPT, and I'm simply going to ask it to give me digital detox slogans with a main catchy phrase and a short supporting tagline, right? So the main catchy phrase will be that. Here is the short supporting tagline. I'm then going to say, for each one, include an AI image prompt on a white background that visually represents the slogan using a playful character, suitable for printed products. I'll then hit enter, and it's given us a ton of these different design ideas, including the slogan, tagline, and an AI image prompt that we're going to be utilizing for our image. So we're going to use the first one in this example where the slogan is tap out to tune in, and the tagline is digital peace starts here. Let's first create the image for our design. To do that, I will very simply copy over this AI image prompt, head back over to Kittle, click onto this icon over here for Kittle AI, go over to image generator, and I'll simply paste it in and then click onto where it says generate image. And that image will be generated for us in literally a matter of seconds. And it's given us this image over here, which I absolutely love. Now, to make this on a clean white background, I'll simply click onto it, go over to where it says remove background. And what it's given us as well is some other suggested images in the same style, such as this one over here, which I'll simply drag in, which I actually probably slightly prefer to the one that we just generated. So I'll simply click onto that generated image, I will delete it, and I'll simply expand this one outwards and also center it. Awesome. So what we now want to do is add in that slogan at the top, tap out to tune in. So I'll go back over to my artboard. I'll simply click onto this text icon on the left-hand side here, and I'll simply click onto where it says add a headline. So a bit of formatting that we need to do. I'll bring that headline all the way over to the top. I will replace it with tap out to tune in. I will simply widen this text box to the length of our artboard more or less. And the first thing I'll do is I will change the font. This is looking really, really plain. I'll simply highlight the font and I'll select one of my favorite fonts, which is B Bouquet. I'll then increase the font size to around, let's say, 180. Let's see how that looks. All right, this is looking absolutely perfect, but what we do need to do is decrease the line space over here. Again, I will simply select it, click onto where it says 40 over here for the line height, and I'll bring it down to around 0 to see how that's looking. All right, this is already looking a lot better. Maybe I'll do -10. Perfect. I'll then drag this all the way across over to the top. And you want to make these designs as pun heavy as possible, guys. So let's see if we can add some more puns into our design. To do that, I'll simply click onto where it says illustrations on the left-hand side here. And I can see we're using the word tune, for example, right? Now, maybe I can add in some musical notes to add a slight pun in. I'll simply type into the search bar musical note, hit enter. And here we can see there are a ton of these different musical notes that we can include within our design to increase that level of pun-heavy cringiness, right? But it really does help, guys, to sell these designs. These designs, the popularity of them are based on how pun-heavy, for lack of a better term, that they are. So I'll simply drag in one of these musical notes, such as this one over here, for example, and I'll reposition it, which I've done. And I've also added 2 more musical note icons in, which I think looks really cool. Now, to give this even more pun heaviness, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to click onto the AI image generator, and I want it to give me an image for a power button, right? I'll show you what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to say, like, give me a power button symbol with a bold outline, and then click onto generate image. So it's given me this, which is very close to what I wanted, but not exactly. What I want to do, guys, is basically replace this O over here with a power button, but we need to make it look good. Here's how you can do that. So I'm going to click onto where it says tap out. I'm going to delete that O and add in a few temporary spaces. What I'm then going to do is go over to where it says illustrations on the left-hand side, and under where it says basic shapes, I can simply drag in a circle just like this. I can then resize it to match the rest of the text. So what I could now do is simply click onto this image over here, go over to where it says remove background to get rid of that surrounding white space. And at first glance, it appears that I could just, drag this on top of that circle over here. But as we can see, guys, it's not appearing as white anymore since remove background has made it transparent. So a way around that is I can simply click onto the power button, then go over to where it says vectorize on the right hand side here and vectorize image. And as a vector, I can now double click onto this image, see how it's got all of these nodes over here, and let's say that I only want the inside of this power button, which is this sort of circle and this line here, which I do. What I can do, guys, for these nodes on the outside, I can simply highlight them bit by bit, hit delete, and it will just delete them. So I'll do it again, guys, for a few more of these nodes over here, and I'll do it all the way around, which I've done. So the inside of that power button is now isolated. So what I'll now do is I'll move this title out of the way for a second, and I'll simply place that power icon on top of that O that we created with that circle. I'll highlight it, and under where it says Shape Builder, I'll simply click onto where it says Subtract. And now that part of the O will reflect whatever the background is. Let me show you why that's important, guys. I'm going to move this back all the way to the top, and you can follow those exact same steps to add extra puns into your slogans on your designs. You can add anything in, guys, such as, plug sockets if we're doing digital detox, or lightning bolts, and so on. And if you're getting value from this content so far, guys, please do smash that like button. Drop a comment down below if you have any questions whatsoever. What I'm now going to show you is how we can upload our design over to Printify, publish it over to our store to drive a ton of traffic to our store to maximize sales from customers who are specifically interested in products around the digital detox theme. So heading back over to Printify, again, you want to make sure that you've clicked onto where it says catalog and then catalog home, and you can select from any one of these white label products to upload your design onto. Now in this example, I'm going to click onto where it says t-shirts. I'll then click onto this t-shirt over here, which is marked as a bestseller. And when you then click onto where it says start designing, you'll then be taken to this sort of blank canvas for your t-shirt where you can literally upload your design by clicking onto where it says upload over here. First, we need to download our design, so I'll simply go back over to Kittle. I'll click onto this icon over here to download it, and I'm definitely going to click onto where it says remove background, and optionally, I'm also going to click onto where it says optimize quality and then download. And by clicking upload in Printify, I can then select the file from my device. So I'll resize the image and ensure that those sort of musical notes are kept within the frame. All right, this is looking absolutely perfect, and I want to make sure that I sell this t-shirt in a few different colors, and to do that, I'm going to click onto where it says select variants over here. Currently only white is selected. Let's see how it looks in a sports gray, for example. All right, perfect. We'll also add an ice gray as well. And if I click onto where it says preview over here you can see a ton of these different mock-ups for our t-shirt. This is looking absolutely incredible. I'm really happy with the design of this t-shirt. Of course, you can preview it in different colors as well. So what I'm now going to do is simply click onto where it says save product. And Printify will then pre-select which mock-ups or images that it will display for your products on your online store for each one of your color variants. To change these, you can simply click onto where it says view all mockups over here. I'll scroll down a little bit further. Here you have your title and description pre-written, which you can also edit with the help of AI if you click onto generate with AI over here. Now, if I scroll down, the most important part, guys, pricing. Now here is where you want to set how much you want to sell your products for, and here is where you can see your profit margin. So for example, if we sell these t-shirts for around $35 each, that's around $25 profit. Remember, the production and shipping costs only get paid to Printify once we have actually made a sale, and the profit margins are absolutely huge, around 72%. Now, you can actually set the price for your products by clicking onto where it says edit price over here if you did want to change it. I've gone with $35 after doing a little bit of research and looking at what these other digital detox themed designs are selling for, and if you ask me, guys, with the quality of our design, $35, absolutely worth it. Now, if I scroll down to the bottom over here, you then want to click onto where it says connect a store to actually start selling your products. I'll click onto connect a store over here, and for this strategy, we're going to be connecting to Shopify. Once you click onto that, you then want to click onto where it says continue. Make sure that you've got create a new store selected unless you already have an existing store. I'll then go over to continue again, and you then want to click onto where it says create now. And you can get signed up to Shopify completely for free, guys. They do offer a a free trial, and you can get signed up in a variety of different ways. So once you're logged into Shopify, if you click onto where it says online store over here, the first thing you can do, guys, is select a theme for your store. I really like the Horizon theme. If you click onto where it says add, you can then publish that theme to your online store. Once you published it, you can then view your online store by going to view your store over here. And what you now want to do is you want to make sure that you copy over the URL for your store, go back over to Printify, and simply paste it into this field over here. And with one click, you want to click onto where it says connect. And by clicking onto where it says install here, every product that you design in Printify will be uploaded onto your Shopify store. So simply click onto where it says install over here. You then want to head back over to Printify and click on I've completed my setup, and it'll say your Shopify store is connected. Let's get you selling. And I'm going to show you how you can do exactly that. But first, let's publish our first design. I'll click onto continue creating over here and go over to where it says start publishing. And with our product selected, I'll then simply click onto where it says publish and then confirm. Now, to maximize the amount of sales that you can get for your products, you want to make sure that you're driving the right type of traffic to your online store. And the first traffic source that we're going to be utilizing is Pinterest. And I can simply go back over to ChatGPT and say something like, add 3 columns to the table it's already given us. Pinterest pin headline with a bold top and bottom layout, a call to action to buy digital detox merchandise, for example t-shirts, and a simple AI image prompt for our Pinterest pin that visually matches the slogan and shows a person in a natural setting. Keep it product focused and clickable. I'll then hit enter. So it's added those 3 additional columns for each one of those design ideas to give us everything we need to create our Pinterest pins. So for the first one, which is our design, tap out to tune in, which we created in this example, the first thing I'll do to create our Pinterest pin is copy over this AI image prompt over here. I'll then go back over to our project over in Kittle. I'll click onto this icon right here to create a new artboard, and I'll simply draw a Pinterest pin manually, which should be approximately 1000 width. So we'll do it all the way to 1000, all the way down to 1500 for the height. So it doesn't need to be exact, guys. This should be absolutely perfect. So what I'm now going to do is click onto that Pinterest pin. I'm going to zoom out a little bit more, and similarly, I'm going to click onto this icon over here as we did before for Kittle AI. Go over to image generator, simply paste in our prompt and click onto where it says generate image. And it's given us this super realistic looking image over here of somebody laying down on a hammock. Their cell phone or tablet over here is on the grass. They are definitely digitally detoxing. What we now need to do is head back over to ChatGPT and simply paste in the headline at the top of the pin, which is tap out to tune in, and crucially, that call to action at the bottom of the pin, which is wear the vibe, shop now. Now, in order to do that, I'm going to simply click onto this icon and click onto under where it says basic shapes for this square over here. I'll then drag it in, drag this all the way down and this all the way across, and I'm simply going to overlay some text on top of this dragged out square. And to do that, guys, I will simply click onto the text icon over here. Again, as we did before, I will click onto where it says headline. I will drag headline all the way over to the top, highlighting it. Make sure I change the color to a contrasting white. And I'm also going to change the font to probably my most used font for what I use on Pinterest, which is Acme. Let's have a look for it. There it is. I'll change it over to Acme. I'll simply go back over to ChatGPT and I'll paste in our headline and also our call to action, which I've done. And I've also clicked onto illustrations on the left hand side here, and I've searched for arrow to add 2 arrows either side of this call to actions shop now. That should increase the amount of clicks that we get onto our pin and the amount of sales that we should generate with our product. Now, before we upload this over to Pinterest, I want to show you guys something first that will help you. So in Shopify, when you do create your Shopify store, on the homepage of your store, you'll see this sort of banner at the top here. Now, here's how you can very easily create an image for that banner to upload it. And we can actually do that using this exact image. So what I'm going to do, I'm simply going to copy over this image by right-clicking, going over to copy. I'm then going to zoom out. I'm then going to click onto this artboard icon over here again, and the size of our banner will be around 1,200 in width and about 400 in height, just approximate. And what I'm now going to do with our copied image, I'm simply going to paste it into this artboard. I'm going to allow pasting. I'm going to drag it across just like this, drag it all the way over here, and I'm going to drag it all the way to the right. Now, how do we create a banner image out of this? Well, I can simply click onto where it says reframe, and then just drag the image all the way across, and then click onto reframe again. And it's literally filled out the rest of that artboard banner, and we're simply going to download the artboard for our Pinterest pin, artboard 2, and also artboard 3 for our Shopify banner. To do that, again, I will simply click onto the download icon over here, and you can then select the artboards that you want to download. Now, artboard 1, we've already downloaded for our designs. I'll simply select artboard 2 and artboard 3, and I'll then click onto where it says optimize quality and then download. And you want to make sure that you've signed up to Pinterest, and you simply want to upload that Pinterest image that we just created over in Kittle, and you first want to give it a title and a description. And to make sure that our pins are being shown to the right audience, most likely to purchase our product, what I'm going to do is head back over to, yes, ChatGPT, and I'll simply say, give me a Pinterest pin title and description containing relevant keywords from these frequently searched terms on Pinterest to drive sales to my digital detox themed t-shirt. And what I will simply do is go over to Pinterest and I'll type something in like digital detox, and you'll be able to see the 4 keyword terms that people are searching for the most frequently related to digital detox, such as digital detox aesthetic, digital detox challenge, and so on. And I've done exactly the same for a related keyword search term, reduce screen time, right? In a similar fashion, guys, reduced screen time quotes, and so on. And all I will do is I will simply take a screenshot for these different search terms, go back over to ChatGPT, upload it, and do exactly the same for this second search term and its related keywords, reduce screen time, upload it again, and I'll simply hit enter to get our title and description. And it's given me my title and my Pinterest pin description, which I've pasted in over here, along with, crucially, the link to my product page for that product that we are promoting. And you also want to make sure that you upload your pin onto a board, and by clicking onto that drop down, I can click onto where it says create a board and name it something such as digital detox aesthetics, which is what people are searching, merch. And I'm going to click onto where it says create. Now, once you're happy with your pin, which I most definitely am, you simply want to click onto where it says publish. And with our pin now published, which includes those highly searched for keywords in both our Pinterest pin title and our Pinterest pin description, our pin will now be shown to the exact audience searching for those keywords around this highly trending topic for the product that we are promoting. And by utilizing both Kittle and Printify, we're able to set this method up incredibly quickly, so much so that we can create 10, 20, even 30 pins in a single day with corresponding products and their designs. And the quality of these pins and their designs are second to none. There is a lot of money that we can make with this strategy, guys. It doesn't need to be this exact trending niche. Remember, at the start of the video, we utilized ChatGPT to identify trending niches. Any of them you can use with this exact strategy. So I strongly recommend utilizing both Kittle and Printify to maximize the amount of money that you can make with this method. I've got links for both Kittle and Printify in the description. Now, I'm not going to end this video here. I've actually got a bonus tip for you guys to make even more money with your products on your online store. One method that you can use is to upload simple YouTube videos with the help of AI. It literally only takes around 2 minutes per video, and I'm talking really high quality videos. And the way that you upload those videos using a very specific method, you can drive traffic to your online store by looking for exactly what people are searching for on YouTube every single month, the exact search terms related to your trending niche, which in this example is digital detox. Over here, for example, we can see digital detox is being searched for on YouTube over 90,000 times every single month. And what you want to do is identify the very low competition keywords, such as why you need a digital detox, being searched for over 2,500 times, because that means if we create a YouTube video using those exact keywords keywords in our title, we can get a huge chunk of those 2,500 coming from YouTube search without relying on the YouTube algorithm. So if you want to know how to make even more money with this method via YouTube as an additional traffic source to Pinterest, I've got a complete video right here which you can watch outlining exactly how you can do that. And if you got value from this video, please make sure that you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification so that you get notified every single time that I release a new online money making video. Take care.